It's true that getting a bigger credit limit can lead to borrowing large amounts of money, but it can also boost your credit score if you know how to use it. Hi, this is Alex, and in this video I'm going to show you how to increase your credit card limit fast. Guys, here is the thing. Everybody who has a credit card and a bank knows that when you want to get better limits, then the way to do it is by opening up a lot of new cards or getting new credit cards, as this will increase your limit. But there is actually a better way to increase your limit faster, which I will explain in detail, so you can get on this very easily with no strings attached. If you're new to this channel, a warm welcome, and hopefully you'll find answers about credit cards, saving money, growing your income, investing and saving for retirement. So without further ado, let's get started. First of all, I want you to understand that credit card companies are in the business of making money. The more money they can make off of you, the happier they are. And if they can see that if you're already a great customer and will continue to be a good customer for a long time, then they will be like, oh yeah, we can make a lot of money off of this person. So here is how you can raise your credit limit, plus how to figure out whether a credit limit increase is right for you. First of all, don't be greedy when you ask for a credit card limit increase. The time has come. The question of your next credit card increase looms. Yet there is a moment when you need to make a decision about how much you're going to ask for and whether you should ask it without thinking of consequences. Well, a request for a significant increase can come across as a big red flag, which can lead to your application being turned down and you being forced to wait a couple of months. It's also best not to ask how much to request from the representative of the credit card company over the phone, let's say. Many companies that issue credit cards prohibit their employees from providing you with such advice, and also could look like you have no idea what's going on. Ideally, there should be a percentage of 10 to 25%. So if your limit is $1,000, you should be able to get another $250 or so. However, this is not always true. While this is a general guideline, there are exceptions, such as a person with good credit may be able to receive substantial more, and of course every circumstance is unique. Your credit limit may only be increased a small amount based on your account history, which is something you may need to consider. On the other hand, you will likely need to submit a hard inquiry for larger credit limit increases. Well, in case you are comfortable with hard inquiries, you might consider applying for a credit line twice as large as your current one. Well, a denied application instead of a counter offer, let's say, suggests you requested too much for the credit card company and your current credit rating. Additionally, you should think about how you spend your own money. Are you capable of handling a certain credit limit responsibly? Have you ever carried a balance on your credit card? Well, in that case, you may decide not to raise your credit limit at all. Paying your bill in full perhaps is a better option. Increased charges, higher interest rates, and higher minimum payments come with increased credit limits, so it's not a good idea. An important piece of advice here is that you shouldn't allow the increased credit limit to lead you to overspend if you do actually receive more money. Number 2, make your case and do your best, but don't be desperate. You probably won't increase your credit limit if you call your credit issuer and tell them you're having an emergency and you think that empathy will move them. Then instead of telling them why you need it, let them know why you deserve it. Here are a few good reasons why. You are a loyal customer without missing payments for several months or years. You've been with the company for more than 6 months. The balance of your account is paid in full each month, or you always pay more than the minimum balance. Use no more than 30% of your current limit, and you always pay on time. In addition, you can also be kind to the person on the other end of the phone when you are frustrated with your financial situation, because remember, they are just doing their job. Becoming rude will not only harm your case, but it can also give them the right to simply hang up on you with no explanation at all. There are several times when requesting an increase in a credit line is appropriate. You may want to ask your issuer for a higher credit limit once you have graduated from school and enter the workforce. You might also qualify for additional credit if you get a raise or take on a higher paying job. In general, only established cardholders should expect an increase, since each lender has specific criteria for granting them. Banking institution will only extend additional credit to customers who they have been provided with ample reasons to trust over time. When your credit line is increased, you'll be able to request another one within 6 months. In the event you were rejected, you must demonstrate pattern of responsible card usage to be able to reapply. Having better payment habits or an improvement in your credit score will increase your chances of getting approved. You will need to resolve the issue before making a new request for an increase if the card issuer shows you the reason your request was denied. Developing your credit history might just be sufficient if you have a limited credit history. For a credit card issuer to grant you more access to credit, you need to demonstrate your commitment to timely payment and responsible credit usage. There are some ways you can actually work on improving your general credit worthiness if you don't know the specific reasons why your request was denied. Making sure you pay your credit card bills on time whenever possible, paying down the existing balances and exceeding the minimum monthly payment, reducing your credit utilization rate, resolving any outstanding accounts. At the same time, you may need to use that specific card more often if you have excellent credit and were denied. In many cases, card issuers do not extend additional credit to cardholders who aren't making use of the credit they already have. Number 3. A balance transfer can improve your case. Balance transfers are nothing more than the transfer of credit card balances from one card to another, and banks love them like cookies. Many credit issuers nowadays offer 0% interest on balance transfers for a year or more, which can be an awesome offer. When you transfer a balance from card A to card B, you don't have to pay interest during that time period. It's actually one of the best financial moves you can make. Your savings could be hundreds of dollars. Number 4, pick an existing card to request an increase on. If you wish, you could increase the limit on one of your cards. You might be tempted to reach out to all your credit issuers to have a better chance of approval, but this would be a great mistake. Your credit history will be pulled by each company when you request an increase. Your credit report will reflect this credit pool, which may result in a slight drop in your credit score. When multiple companies are pulling your report, it will be significant. Furthermore, other issuers will know you are being reviewed by other companies, which will give the impression that you are desperate for cash. In the eyes of credit companies, this is a red flag, and it could interfere with your credit application. Pay attention to automatic increase limits as well. If you've been using the card responsibly and have had it a while, some companies automatically increase your credit limit. By managing your credit limit well and paying your bill on time, you can remain within a manageable range. Most credit card companies periodically review accounts, and those who meet the requirements will adjust their credit limits automatically. Number 5. Apply for a new card with a higher credit limit. Most of the time, the easiest option is simply to apply for a new credit card because each one has its own cap on credit limits that depends on its own set of rules. It is very easy to choose a new credit card company, sign up for the card, and then get your card. Additionally, you may be able to apply for a new card from your existing lender and then reallocate a portion of that credit line to the original credit card. With excellent credit, you can qualify for this, and you will be able to get a lot more than you requested. You can expect the credit card issuer to pull your credit report either through a hard or a soft pull based on the type of credit card issuer. These kinds of inquiries are only reflected on the version of your credit report you receive and won't hurt your credit score. Depending on what else is on your credit report, a hard pull could affect your credit score. Please remember, hard inquiries will appear for 2 years on your credit report. In some cases, you may want to wait to request a credit line increase until you pay off some other debt, such as student loans or home mortgages. Ask your credit card provider if they'll conduct a soft or a hard credit check before you submit a credit application if you are concerned about adding inquiries to your report. So guys, if you have a good or excellent credit and you are responsible cardholder, a higher limit can be beneficial by boosting your score. The amount of credit you use versus how much you have available is one of the major factors that influence your credit score. If you have low usage, you are living well within your means. If you have high usage, you are not. If you spend the majority of all of your available credit every month, even if you pay off your balances, it can lower your score. In general, it's recommended that you use less than 30% of your credit limit overall and on each card. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to let me know in the comments if you got any value from this video. It's 2021, please subscribe, hit the notification bell if you aren't already, and I will see you soon.